In recent weeks, I've called and spoken in debates about the need for a national policing strategy for antisocial behaviour and for off-road bikes, repeat offenders and sentencing. So it's my intention, Madam Deputy Speaker, to continue to raise the frustrations of police officers about their pensions, particularly for new recruits. They've seen the number of colleagues cut over the last year, with fewer experienced police officers struggling to contain rising crime and antisocial behaviour. Now, I know the Minister's going to say we're recruiting some extra officers, but the issue is, we did lose 20,000 and we're running to try and get to where we were in 2010. And my concern, and I've got the utmost admiration for the police officers who are seeking to ensure our streets are safe, but many of them are new recruits. And what we have lost, and we've seen this in probation and in many other areas, is we've lost experience. And it's going to take many years to get that experience back. But there are some issues within our prison system regarding the lack of rehabilitation, the unsafe work environment for those who work in the prison service, not just prison officers, but prison educators and others. There is a serious threat to life and injury for prison officers whose service and commitment to public safety often go unnoticed behind prison walls. So we've got a situation where there are not enough police officers to attend incidents in a timely manner, or to convict criminals due to court delays and backlogs. Sadly, the government are refusing to take responsibility, but the decision to close 164 out of 320 magistrates' courts since 2010 is clearly not helping the backlog. The government is undermining the quality and quantity of community sentencing. And in 2018, the Chief Inspector of Probation found that, due to the government's transforming rehabilitation reforms, which split probation, this is in 2018, into a public sector national probation service and in a privately owned community rehabilitation companies, probation services are, and I quote, failing to meet some of their performance targets. And he said, in too many cases, there is not enough purposeful activity. The probation profession has been diminished. There is a national shortage of qualified probation professionals and too much reliance on unqualified or agency staff. In the day-to-day work of probation professionals, there's been a drift away from practice informed by evidence. Even following the recruitment drive that the Minister referred to, there is still nearly 24,000 fewer police staff today compared with 2010, and there are over 6,000 fewer special constables. That's 30,000 fewer people seeking to prevent crime and catch offenders. When caught and charged, we've halved the court capacity to process offenders with the closure of so many magistrates' courts. Probation recently launched a recruitment drive, and the Minister referred to this, to attract 500 extra community payback staff to join the service. However, the question I'd like to ask is, how does the Minister expect to attract people to these important roles, given that retention, let alone recruitment, is struggling? And the Conservative Party often try to portray themselves as the party of law and order, but the stats and the experience on the streets suggest they're more the party of crime and disorder.